Hey y'all, it is July 28th. I have a lot to talk about. Firstly, so I'm going to talk about some liberals for now. Liberals, Democrats, my thoughts on them. First of all, a lot of the liberals that I talk to are in serious denial. They refuse to see reality. It's like a common denominator. It's a certain personality that is liberal and Democrat. And progressive. Progressive means regressive. They're all regressing. And they're going back to the Stone Age where nobody's allowed to talk and say their thoughts, So they can't allow freedom of thought, speech, opinion. They're uneducated, they're extremely sensitive, and they're closed-minded snowflakes. Because, I can handle different opinion, and I won't crumble, and I won't get offended, It's freedom of thought, freedom of opinion, that's how it's supposed to be. But that's just my views on them. Anyhow, I actually believe that my cats are more open-minded than any of these regressive liberal Democrats. My cats are more open-minded because they're willing to try new things. For example, in their mind frame, they're willing to try new foods, new homes. Like, I bought them this little cute, little home for them at Pink Thingy. I don't know if you can see on the floor. And they like it. They're trying it out. They're open-minded, unlike those regressive liberals. I had this discussion on a forum of YouTube channel promotions, and I was talking about the Black Lives Matters, how they don't care for Black lives. Black Lives Matter does not care for Black lives. So I told them, what about this young girl that was 8 years old that got shot at by Black Lives Matter? Like, what do you think of that? You know what they told me? They said it was a freak accident. I said, no, it was not. It was intentional shooting to ward off any people that were coming across this barricade, and it was a murder. Apparently, according to the Black Lives Matter movement and the people that follow it, Black lives don't matter. Only if it fits their narrative of a white person, and not even then, a white person killing a black person, but not even then. They don't care. They really couldn't give a damn. Their goal is criminal. They just want mayhem, criminal, looting, thuggery, murder. That's the goal of Black Lives Matter. That's my opinion. So they turn their eye to Black lives. Now let's see what I have next. So my mother, I'm going to talk about my mother. God bless her heart. I love her dearly. My mother, she told me that when she was a child, her parents got her 2 dogs, Pinky and Ponky, their names were. Needless to say, Pinky and Ponky lasted 2 weeks because they escaped from under the fence and they were never seen from again. So I decided to name my birds after them in their memory. My birds here are going to be, you see in the cage right here? My birds are going to be, the white one will be Ponky, and the boy will be Pinky. So that's the easiest name for them, is Pinky and Ponky. So those are the names of my birds. And I found 2 books today on the side of the road on a bench. One is a book of how to make money, but it's like how to make money in parables, in like story form. So it's that I picked it up and I thought, oh my god, it's so interesting. So I took it, and someone had left it out for people to just take. So I took, and the other book was a dictionary, an English-Hebrew dictionary, which I really need because I barely know Hebrew. I learned a new word recently called livloa, which means to swallow. So that's a good thing that happened today. Here's Jacinda. They love to jump on me. Jacinda, you love me. See, she loves to jump on me. She's getting much better. Her skin is healing, and I gave her antibiotics, whatever. So, what I want to say about my mother is that my mother taught me well. She really did. I was once on a bus in summer camp, and My uncle, God rest his soul, he was the bus driver. And I got all cocky and arrogant, and I got into a fight with one of the girls on the bus. She knows who she is. And I pulled her hair. So when I got home, I told my mother what happened. And my mother made me call her and apologize. So my mother taught me well. My mother taught me manners. My mother taught me how to behave well. You know, not every mother would do that, make their daughter call the person they hurt and apologize. And that was second grade. And again, I apologized to her a few years ago. When I saw her, I apologized. I said to her, do you remember when we were young in second grade and I was on the bus with you and I pulled your hair? And she said, no, I don't remember. I believe she did. I think she was just embarrassed. So she said she forgives me, I think. She knows who she is. I had a teacher named Mrs. Popper. She was an Israeli teacher, but she taught me in New York. And I didn't do her homework. So she yelled at me in front of all the students. She yelled at me. And I was so embarrassed. She yelled at me, why didn't you do your homework? So I said to her, like, I didn't really have much respect for authority. You know, even as a young girl, I never really respected authority. So I wasn't afraid to tell her. I said to her, she's like, why didn't you do your homework? So I said to her, because I didn't want to. No, I didn't say I didn't want to. I said, because I didn't do it. Because I just didn't do it. So she's like, you were the most disrespectful student I ever had in my whole life. So she humiliated me, and I was so sad, and I put my head down on the desk. Oh, wait, until I was able to go home. When I got home, I told my mother the story, and you know what my mother made me do? She made me call the teacher and apologize. I remember calling her and apologizing. So my mother, she really instilled in me good values, and she taught me respect. You know, she really taught me that bad behavior is not acceptable. So, on a more positive note, my most favorite teacher was Mora Chani Brud. Mora means teacher in Hebrew, and her name was Mora Chani Brud, and she was also my older sister's teacher as well. She was a Yiddish teacher. She would teach us Yiddish, and she was the sweetest, most kindest teacher. Like when I met her a few years ago, I told her that she's the teacher that left the best impression on me. She was the sweetest, and I loved her as a kid. And she bought me a doll. It was like her thing. She would buy us a doll, a special doll that you can feed, and the doll pees. And she also would give us, like, if we did homework, she would give us, like, candy called little red, shiny, delicious candies called sukalach. And I have good memories from her, just only positive memories from her. And the other one was more Amalia. She used to sing songs. It's Parsh. She would run up and down the aisles of where the girls were sitting. And she would sing, it's Parsha Show, it's Parsha Show, whoa, 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 it's Parsha Show, it's Parsha Show. Come on, everybody, get a Parsha Show. And so I liked her too. I'm so curious. I would love to meet her again if she's still around. I'd love to meet her and just see who she is. Because I don't remember her face. You know, so I'd love to just see who this woman is that really left a good impression on me as a teacher. And I had another teacher that I liked at the time. Her name was Mrs. Hallen. She was an English teacher. And I actually enjoyed her class, but then I went home in January to my sister's wedding, and basically I saw her there with her friends, and I don't know what's with these teachers, but they turned into like Yentes, which means in Yiddish you got chatterbox. She's like a gossiping Yente. She saw me and she started to like say gossip about me in front of my face at my sister's wedding. She started to gossip about me to her friends. So I said, you know what, like, I couldn't care less, you know. I said, you know, like, F her. And I said, I'll leave you two to gossip about me. And I left and I went to dance at my sister's wedding. So that was an interesting, that's just a few interesting stories that happened. Here's Jacinda. They're so sweet. You know, in the night, she always comes to me and she lies down on my neck like this. Like, she lies down on my neck, like, and it kind of chokes me. She lies down here. She's so funny. Jacinda, can I put you on my head? Can I put you on my head like this? Is it torture for you if I put you here? No, you don't like it? Yes, what about Melanie? Should we show everybody Melanie? Here, I'm going to show you Melanie 1 second. This is Jacinda. I had a choice to choose between 12 cats, and I chose her because of her unusual color. Because I've never seen a cat with her color. You see what I mean? It kind of looks like my old dog that I used to have. Here's Melanie. Melanie, come here. I'm not going to hurt you. No, come here. Melanie, come say hi to everyone. Here's Melanie. Here's Mel. Melanie. Hi, say hi to everyone. They're both purring. Should I put you on my head too? You tolerate my head? Yes. She tolerates my head. I put her there. She's totally fine with that. She likes to go on my shoulder. She likes to go on my shoulder. She crawls on my shoulder. Like, if I leave her, she's a funny girl. Anyhow, that's it for today. Me and my Yentes. I hope you weren't too bored. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.